And let's welcome you in here at 6 o'clock. Jason and Alicia with you. And of course, got to get to that big breaking story here this morning.
All right, but first we're going to say good morning to Guy and get a check of that Thursday forecast. Hey, Guy.
Hey, right now 63, east wind at 7 miles per hour, dew points in the 40s. That just means it's very comfortable out there. You don't have to worry about any humidity this morning. Showers and storms west. We've had this boundary that's just been splitting the state in half. The eastern half has been dry, and the western part of the state, we've been seeing showers and storms. And this morning, no different, especially from Marshall southward. We got some embedded lightning and thunderstorms as showers here from Alexandria up to Marshall with just some general showers. Yeah, you can see some stragglers trying to break apart from this area of rain. If this continues to hold together, which I doubt it will, a few areas west metro could tap in to just a little sprinkle, but it will be brief. A beautiful day on the way. Temps in the mid 60s by mid to late morning, 73, and we'll have some room for sun. Megan.
Slow going in St. Paul right now at 94 and 35E. This is Wabasha Street. A situation, it appears, in the grass over here, but it is a bit tough to see. We can see, though, traffic moving slow through this area right now. This all happened about 25 minutes ago, so we'll keep you posted on that. Alicia, Jason?
Megan, we'll check back soon. Thank you. We are following breaking news. The ex-boyfriend of missing Winona mother Maddie Kingsbury is currently in jail right now.
Adam Fravel is booked on suspicion of murder in connection to Maddie's disappearance. This is his mugshot from the Winona County Jail. And we just heard from Maddie's sister, who posted this on TikTok.
He has been arrested. More details to come. The whirlwind is just starting all over again. This is definitely a silver lining. We're glad that he's in custody and he's not walking around as a free man anymore. So more to come.
Now, Fravel was taken into custody after a Fillmore County Sheriff's deputy found human remains in some brush off of Highway 43 near Mabel, Minnesota. That's about an hour south of Winona. Cece is live this morning at the Winona County Jail with new information. Cece, good morning.
Hi, good morning, guys. So we know this morning that the medical examiner hasn't officially identified the body, but police say that these remains were found during the investigation into the Maddie Kingsbury disappearance. And just a few hours ago, Winona police told us that they will be holding a news conference at some point today. They just need to confirm a few more things. So right now we don't know the exact time of that news conference, but we will be here. So this morning, we know that Fravel's being held right here at the Winona County Jail on suspicion of second-degree murder with intent but not premeditated. Maddie Kingsbury was last seen on March 31st dropping her kids off at daycare in her minivan with Fravel. He initially told Winona police that he drove home with Maddie and then left by himself in the van, only to find out that Maddie was gone when he got back home later. Now, from the start, Fravel has maintained his innocence. We did reach out to his attorney just a few hours ago just to get any new comment about the investigation and the discovery. We're still waiting to hear back, though, this morning. Jason, Alicia.
Incredibly tragic for the family and the two kids that are involved in all of this. Cece, thanks for that live update.
And of course, we'll continue checking in with Cece throughout the morning. We'll also have crews on the scene throughout the day, working to find out more and bring you updates as soon as we learn them. Make sure you tune in on air and online at KARE11.com.
This morning, we have new details on the boy who's facing charges for leading police on a chase in a stolen car on Monday. The driver, who was 12 at the time of the crash but turned 13 while in custody, now faces 6 felony charges. He was allegedly in a stolen Kia and hit the car of a bystander before crashing into a bus stop in North Minneapolis. As we see more crimes like this here and across the country, experts are saying they can be attributed to organized crime and beefs on social media.
There is a shooting, you literally can go back and pull up Facebook and you can start to track and see just how they got there. And if it's a group like which was involved in this incident, in the crash, I would dare say that that is something that they have collectively hadn't gotten together and decided to do. And as a result, that's why you see the crime spree.
Just awful to see. 5 other teens were taken into custody, but they have not been charged. This morning, Minneapolis police say they have a new plan to keep the city safe during the busy summer months. That's when statistics show crime typically rises. Here are the details.
I'm Charmaine Nero. The city of Minneapolis is implementing Operation Safe Summer to help reduce crime by addressing hot spots and increasing police presence. It's a collaboration between several law enforcement agencies and county attorneys. Right now, there are 24 homicides in the city of Minneapolis year to date, as opposed to 37 at this time last year. They say the ultimate goal is to address staffing shortages and to reduce crime.
The Ramsey County Attorney John Choi says a policy of not prosecuting traffic stop charges for things like expired tags or broken taillights has been successful. It was part of a policy change after Philando Castile was shot and killed by an officer during a traffic stop back in 2016. So since 2021, Choi says his office has received just 12 cases from police agencies from these types of stops, declining charges on 9 of them. He says things are moving in the right direction.
Oftentimes we are told that it's a choice about thinking about racial equity and trying to advance that at the expense of public safety. That is not true. We can actually do both.
According to data compiled by a nonprofit, the equipment violation traffic stops have decreased the most drastically among black drivers who were most affected before the policy went into effect.
Well, you are looking at a barely visible New York City right now. You can barely even see the skyline there. The haze is from all of the smoke from wildfires happening in Canada, and it's causing serious breathing hazards for people along the eastern seaboard this morning. And images and videos like this of George Washington Bridge in New Jersey almost look apocalyptic. We do have team coverage this morning, starting off with NBC's Emily Ikeda, who is in New York City right now.
Well, good morning. The smoke, as you can see behind me, continues to smother cityscapes. Typically from where I'm standing, you would be able to make out the Empire State Building about right here. New York City has recorded for 2 days in a row the worst air quality in the world. New York's Governor Kathy Hochul really putting things into perspective, describing how normally air quality for the state of New York is around 50. Well, it has since exceeded 400 because of this smoke, and that is entering hazardous levels. That's why you'll see so many people, including myself, wearing these kinds of masks, because the onset of symptoms can be quick. Think watery eyes, scratchy throat, headache, fatigue, even difficulty breathing. We'll have the latest on the continued impact of the smoke and the pictures from across the country, from the Midwest to the Northeast down into the Carolinas, showing the apocalyptic scenes as a result of those Canadian wildfires. All coming up on Today.
Hi, Eva here from the live desk. I'm also following this story because right now it's impacting travel, especially flights heading to and from New York City and LaGuardia. There was actually a ground stop yesterday, but it has since been lifted for all flights heading to LaGuardia. But here is a real-time look at flights in and out of MSP to LaGuardia. There are 7 both ways, and thankfully you can see right now they are all on time. Those are arrivals too, and this is departing from LaGuardia again, but we will continue to track that as we know that there are still lots of flights being impacted nationwide to and from LaGuardia. But hey, if you are traveling to New York City, one of our favorite things to do when we go there is see Broadway shows. Well, if people plan on seeing shows like Hamilton or Camelot, they're canceled. This is Playbill, which of course oversees officially all New York City Broadway productions. Hamilton, Camelot, and several other shows have been completely canceled due to that air quality alert. Actors who are performing in that are part of the Actors Equity Association. The president of that association put out a little warning, just letting people know that if they are seeing any effects, to let their representative know, because obviously performing takes a lot of breathing and air control, and that's exactly some of the things that are going to be directly impacted for people.
I understand you lived there for a few years, and air quality and air pollution is common in New York, but have you ever seen anything quite like this?
Not like, gosh, when I look at the photos that we're seeing, it's just a whole different city. My former stomping grounds just completely made over into that murky, dystopia.
Right. All right. Eva, thanks for that update.
Well, this morning, Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison is suing Walmart and Reynolds over certain plastic bags. Ellison says the recyclable trash bags sold under Hefty and Great Value names aren't actually recyclable. Ellison is accusing the companies of purposely deceiving people into thinking they're doing something good for the environment. Walmart is pointing the finger at Reynolds, saying they don't manufacture those bags. Meanwhile, Reynolds is not commenting.
There is, however, a call to action this morning to fix the Metro's garbage problem. MPCA says 3.3 million tons of waste was collected in the Twin Cities in 2021. They just released a plan to address this issue. It includes ideas like weekly recycling, compost bins in every Metro county, and a consumer charge for a one-time use takeout materials at restaurants like plates and cups.
Food waste is about 30% plus of what we throw away. Recycling and composting is our last line of defense against landfilling.
Yeah, we all got to do better. MPCA is asking for the public's feedback through August before the plan can be finalized.
Let's get you a live look outside over downtown Minneapolis here at 610. About 73 degrees outside right now.
Gorgeous shot.
Very beautiful. We're in for more warm weather today, and Guy, to start the day, not too bad out there.
Yeah, it feels very comfortable. If you're, waking up, getting outside, this is Guy Brown weather. So when you make it outside, super comfortable on the skin. Pretty much no humidity out there, right? And to the point where it feels muggy or anything like that. Nice and comfortable. So if you're getting out of the door, and our air quality great back home. So take advantage of that. Looking over downtown Minneapolis, beautiful shot here. You got the golden hour, as we like to say here. Got some sunshine starting to make its way through the cloud cover, but some storms on radar, especially in western Minnesota. You can see just splitting the state in half. The eastern half has been fairly dry past couple of days, but Alexandria, Wilmer, Marshall, Mankato even for some areas. It's been hard to just even get a break from the rain past couple of days with showers and storms. All right, so your daily almanac yesterday, we hit 81, average high 77. Yesterday morning, 67 was the low, average low 58. All right, we'll fast forward to your 7-day. There it is, chance for showers and storms late Friday, also on Saturday.